Let me know how things have been for you these days in the studies, in work, at work. How's everything in your life? How everything has been for you?
Mm, I've had few problems, but with the help of my God, I think all is I can to resolve the problems.
To
I
solve.
resolve the problems. Yeah.
No, to solve.
Resolve.
Ah, revisa como te lo voy a escribir en la sugerencia, en la parte de los textos. Te voy a dar tres alternativas, ¿listo? To
Okay,
solve,
teacher.
to figure out some problems, to figure,
Teacher, I can see the message by Sky if you want.
no, not through Skype. Just check the Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts.
But I am in my cell phone.
All right. So I'm going to write it down to you through Skype, right?
Okay.
Continue, Christian. I'll write down and just continue talking.
Solve. Hasta luego. Solve.
Yeah, to
To
solve,
solve problem.
to
To,
figure, to figure out problems or situations.
okay. To solve the problems.
And you can also say to work out problems. So you got three forms. I mean, you got more. It means you got more forms to say how to work out a problem. But you can use these three options so you can express that way you want to refer to solving a
Figure out.
situation or working out a problem. Yeah, to figure out. So you are trying to figure out some problems.
Uh,
You are trying to work out some problems, or you are trying to solve, or to give a solution as well as would be a form to give a solution.
uh, World Cup is the same.
Or, yeah, to look for a solution to a problem.
Okay. Thanks, teacher.
So you can use many forms, and you can just catch the one that you feel is the most suitable for you.
Yes, teacher.
Just continue describing the situation.
Okay. Um, yes, I try to work out my problems and or to solve my problem with myself, with the help with my God,
With your what again?
with the help of my God.
Of your dog.
Yeah, God, Dios,
So you
God.
have a pet, is what I understand. You have a pet,
Bet? What is that?
a dog.
God,
Do you have a dog?
God. No. No, no, I don't have.
No, no, no. What are you talking about? Problems about what situation? Because I'm not catching what you are saying.
No, any problems? A lot of problems. But
All right,
they are a lot of that. It's so difficult explain every age one.
all right. So,
Yeah.
so today we are going to be working about a specific topic, and we're just waiting for a different student to come in. So I just sent the access link to her, but she isn't still here. So give me just 5 seconds. I want to just try to write down to her and see how she's doing. So, Christian, have you ever, this is a question for you.
Yes,
Have
teacher.
you ever enrolled yourself have you ever been in an English program in any English institute?
Teacher, could you repeat the question? Have you ever what?
Have you ever been in an English program in institute?
Teacher, I didn't understand you.
Are you in any English program?
Teacher, the signal is very
Example,
bad. The signal is very bad. I think it's very bad because it's, it's bad signal. I think though. So I can't hear you.
right?
I can't hear you.
How do you listen to me now?
Yeah, very good.
All right. Have you ever been to an English or English institute?
No, never. I haven't uh, I haven't never to attend or any institute, English institute, just the university,
All right.
the UNAT. No.
Do you think attending to an English institute would be beneficial for you?
Excuse me, teacher.
Do you think going to any of those English institute would be beneficial for you?
Depends because the institute it can be very good, but if a student don't want to learn, it's the same. Yeah, I think it's very important to study by oneself.
In which situation would you go to any of those places to practice or to study English? In which situation?
When I can, no, but maybe I try to listen to music. Um, Sometimes I watch the movies, films in English movies, but I need to read the same time when I listen because I never understand it. I never understand them. For example, the songs, um, films, they are so difficult for me. But I try to practice English every day.
Yeah, we are. Which English institute know in
You,
your area?
excuse me, teacher.
Which English institutes do you know in your area?
For example, American School Way and Wall Street, Colombo Americano, um, English for everyone, Open English is by Sky, by internet, excuse me, on internet, no, no more. For example, there is another is I think is equal or is as good as UNAT is the Distrital University, the Institute of the International Language.
All right. So we are having a different friend here. I think Laura's coming in. Laura, can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yes, tutor, I can hear you.
All right. Thanks for being part. Laura, we are the first time having you here, and we want to know a little bit more about you. can you please make a little bit of introduction?
I
Yeah, can you please describe yourself and make a little bit of introduction of you?
yes, tutor.
All right, Laura, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Laura Fernanda Acuña. I am 18 years old. I'm from Bogota, and in the actuality, I'm working as an independent teacher.
All right, you are working as an independent teacher
Yes,
and you are 18 years old, is what I understood, right?
yes,
All right.
right.
You are also studying the program of the LILE program of the university, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. Thank you for being part of this, and we are going to be trying to take as much advantages as we can in this type of session. We are also with Christian. Christian, how are you?
Fine, thanks, teacher. Very, very good.
All right, Christian.
For
I want you to introduce yourself to Laura, who's here with us.
okay,
Go ahead.
okay, teacher. My name is Christian Andres Avila Arboleda. I'm 26 years old. I work in the national security. I want to become an English teacher in someday, but at the same time, I study international business at the Sena. When I finish this, the technologo, I think to pass to the Salle University. Yeah, it's so important for me to learn English and other languages. And no more, I live in Bogota. I was born in Caquetá, and I love to read and write in English, but sometimes it's so difficult for me.
And what type of activities do you do in your free time? Just let us know a little bit more about
Yeah,
you.
I often listen to music, watch some movies in English movies, and I go sometimes to the places where the foreign people go there to practice Spanish, and at the same time we want to practice. We excuse me. We come to practice English. Yeah, there are a lot of places here in Bogota where you can to go to practice a different language.
All right. Thank you, Christian, and
Thanks,
thanks for sharing that
teacher.
part of the information of yours. So, Laura,
Yes, tutor.
what do you do in your free time? And second question for you after you are done with the first one. How can you practice your English?
The first one, in my free time, I listen to music and I like to hang out with my friends.
All
And
right.
the second question, how do I practice my English? I practice my English in my church because we have a group of translators. So I form part of that group, and I'm there when people from the USA come to our church. Yes, I practice with them.
All right. All right. All right. I couldn't hear you well. Can you repeat the last part? What do you do to practice your English? Which places do you go to, or what type of activities do you engage yourself into to practice your English? Can you repeat that part?
Okay, I practice my English when I'm going to the church because we have a group. Um, when missionary people our city, and we serve as translators. So I really love to practice English right there.
All right, thank you. So Leo, how are you? You are just finally you're finally here, and after a long time.
Yeah.
How's it been for you, Leo? How's the access process for you?
Okay. What's up, everybody? How are you doing, Victor? It is a pleasure for me to be here because, yeah, it's been ages since we talked. Victor, maybe I didn't have the opportunity to subscribe on time, but yeah, in this moment, I have to apologize for coming late. But the problem was that I was having a conversation with my advisor of the university. I need to talk about some aspects related to some kind of deadlines in which I haven't been able to send on time. But in this moment, I wish I could practice a lot with you and learn from all of you as well.
All right, thank you, Leo. Thank for showing us that willing to work out with us in today's topic. So we are going to be working about English language institutes. And I was just talking with Christian before both of you came in, and he was just sharing some personal information about his English process. And we are going to start breaking the ice, just working out around some exercise. So I'll explain that to you. So you
Okay.
first of all, you will have some pictures, and I mean, we were supposed to have four students here, but now we got three. So we got Christian, we got Leo, and we got Laura as well. So we have a situation here because we were supposed to work out in couples, right? So
Yeah.
one of you has to go with me. So I'll go with Christian, and Laura, you'll go with Leo, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm gonna write down to you the announcement or the thing that you have to work or you have to do. Students will select a couple, and the teacher is going to give one of the pictures in which they have to describe what that picture is for you. So I'm gonna send you a link, Leo. I'm gonna send you a link of a picture, and you will have to describe that picture to Laura, and Laura has to guess the image that you are trying to describe. You got it.
Okay.
In
Okay.
same situation, same thing would be in our case, or I'm improperly talking about Christian and I. So we'll do the same thing when you are done. So let's start with you. I'm going to send you a picture, and you will have to describe the picture and try to share those hints to Laura. And Laura, as this hero, she has to try to guess what the picture is after the things that you are saying and bringing up.
Okay.
Laura, are you there? Laura, Laura, do you listen to me? Do you listen to me?
Yes, I could listen to you properly,
All right.
perfectly.
Laura, how about you?
Excuse me, what did you say?
Did you listen to my explanation?
Yes,
I was
yes,
just
I
giving,
listen.
and do you understand everything that I said?
Yes, I understand.
All right. So he is going to describe a picture that I'm going to be sent to him, and you have to guess what the picture is. And some exercise is going to be worked out by Christian and I. So you, both of you, Leo and Laura, are going to start. Christian, do
Okay.
you listen to me? Christian, just
Yes,
want to
teacher.
make sure.
Yes, teacher. Yes,
All right,
teacher. I am here. Yeah.
all right. Did you understand the instructions of the ice breaking game?
Yes, I understood.
All right,
I understood the game.
all right. So the first ones are going to be Leo and Laura. They are going to start the exercise. So you and I are just going to be watching what they do and just try to catch up with it, right?
Okay.
So Leo, here you got the picture on your Skype. Please go check it out. Let me know if it worked for you. And you start when you think you are able to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I have to do is to give Lorena, or I don't know. What's your name? Excuse me.
Laura. Laura.
Laura. Laura. So I have to give Laura some hints about what I'm looking at. Okay. Okay. So what I'm looking at is a word that contains 8 words. Okay. The first letter begins with the letter P. Um, it's something that this is a verb. A verb. So this is something that you have to do. Uh, Maybe you want to be good at something, so there is something important if you want to improve in this kind of field. Maybe you are cooking, but
Practice.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
all right. You're so smart. You surprised me. You
Awesome.
caught the word just like in no time you caught the word.
Yeah.
My goodness. I'm gonna send you the link as well, and yeah, just for her to make sure what was Leo talking about. And I'm really
Okay.
surprised because like in no time you were able to figure out
Maybe because
what he
of the
was.
letter of the first letter. Because I told her
Yeah,
that P was the first letter to take into consideration.
yeah, yeah.
Could be possible.
So this one is for you, Laura. All right. So good for. I mean, congratulations. Way to go. This is really good from both of you. And now this is Laura's turn. So Laura, your app, I'm gonna be sending you a link through all right, through Skype, which I don't see. Yeah, I see you right here. And just check that picture. And this is your turn to describe what a picture is and try to make Leo think what options could be. Go ahead. I think that one is more challenging than the previous one.
Okay.
Laura, you have the picture.
Yes, and opening. There are.
All
Okay,
right.
I have it.
All right. All right. Start describing the picture and try to make Leo guess what the picture is.
Okay, it's a kind of difficult.
Sorry,
Yeah,
it's a kind of what?
It's a little bit difficult. There are two words.
2 words?
Yes, two words. The first, I don't know. The first word. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, it's something that we do. Um, okay. It's
Okay.
something.
Is
We
it
do
is it a verb?
no, no,
No.
it's not a verb. It's something that we maybe um, at what semester are you?
I'm a freshman. I'm in first semester.
You are at first?
Yeah, I'm studying. Yeah, I'm doing first semester.
Okay, so it's difficult this word. So the first yes, the first word in is an action. It's a verb. Yes. Um it's it's something that I'm doing in this moment. What I'm doing in this moment.
uh, I'm trying to guess the meaning of a word.
Um another um, this word start with the S letter.
Struggle?
No,
No,
no.
because in this moment I'm struggling in order to guess the word. Okay, but
No,
um, study
another.
English.
Not in this right now. Um,
Yeah, Leo, you are studying English. I mean, you are going. Both of you are doing good. What happens if you study English? Laura, continue trying to.
yes. Um, as the tutor said, we are studying English to have a better what?
Uh, okay, we study English in order to um, skills to improve
Yes.
Yeah,
our skills.
Second word. I
two
need the
words.
first.
But skills is good.
Is skills. I need the first one.
Improve, enhance,
Yeah.
practice.
First with the letter S.
S. Okay, well, it's not study.
It's a verb too, and it's something that I'm doing in this moment.
Speak.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
skills.
Leo. Great. Speaking skills.
Speaking skills.
Good.
Okay.
Boy, I'm proud of both of you.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing pretty good. That was really challenging. I'm surprised of
Yes.
both of you. Yeah, your performance has been great. So who wants to describe again, Leo or Laura? Because Christian is going to be the one who guesses the next picture.
I don't know.
Who wants to go again with the describing part?
I'm gonna do it once again.
All right,
I'm gonna do it.
check your Skype again and let me know if you got it. All right, Christian.
Yes, teacher. Tell me, teacher.
All right. So Leo is going to be describing the next picture for you, and you are going to be the one who guesses what the picture is all about, right?
What picture is what? Excuse me, teacher.
Leo is going to be describing the picture. You are the guesser, right? You have to guess what the picture is.
Okay, teacher.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Leo.
There is a problem with the. I think it's because I'm using another. I'm not using Google Chrome. I'm using another. So I'm unable to open what you try to, what you wanted me to discover or to give the details to Christian. But give me a moment. I'm struggling.
But You have the picture. You have the picture, right?
but I'm not able to see it clearly.
So, all right. Check.
Can you send me once again? If you send
Yeah.
picture once again, maybe.
If it doesn't work for you, just check the Google Hangouts. Use this as a last chance.
Okay, Victor. The question that I have for you is, he has to say, Christian has to say the words that are in that picture.
He has to describe. I mean, he has to guess. Excuse me. He has to guess what you have to describe. Same exercise
Okay.
as Laura did with you.
Uh, first
You
of all,
describe the picture.
first
He
of
has to
all,
guess.
uh, Christian. So what I am looking at is a tool that we used to use in order to develop our tasks, especially when we are working in a virtual course.
Internet.
What could be this mean of communication in which we use every single day in order to have communication with others?
WhatsApp.
No. Okay. In this moment, we are having a conversation by using, yeah, certain kind
Skype.
of, okay, but what's the tool that we use in order to use Skype?
Excuse me, can you repeat the last part?
What is the tool that we use in order to have a conversation? If you want to use Skype or maybe another way of communication, maybe Facebook, what's the tool?
Well, I always use to use the is WhatsApp to communication with somebody who I need.
Okay, but when you use WhatsApp, or maybe, well, in this moment, what are you using in this moment? What are you using in order to have a English conversation with us? What kind of tool?
Yeah. Okay. My cell phone. Or the
Ah,
computer.
okay, it's just like a computer, but it's not. There is another name. Yeah, it's like a computer, but it's not. It's another kind of computer. It's something
Um,
that you could carry out.
cell phone.
No, there is another.
A table. Table.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's something like that.
um,
Okay,
um,
I'm
keyboard.
going, I'm going to help you with the first letter. The first letter begins with the letter L.
Laptop.
Yeah. So what I'm looking at is a laptop. So there are two
Laptop.
important words. There, the picture has two important words that we want to make in the future. Okay. What is the reason for us to be here in this kind of classes? What is the main purpose that we have?
Because it's necessary to study and to share something about what people need.
Okay. But okay, take into consideration that there are two words. The first word is a verb, and the other is a name. What is your purpose in order to be here? Why,
Mm,
why do you want to be involved in many conversations?
uh,
What is,
could you could you repeat the last part? I
yes,
didn't
of course.
understand.
All right. One more minute. Time is about to be up. One more.
Yeah.
1 minute more.
Why are you taking classes? Why are you taking classes here with
To learn, to improve,
okay, what was the first word?
to learn
Yeah, to learn what?
English.
Okay.
You got it. You got it. Yeah. Finally.
The
Yeah. Yeah.
laptop is for the laptop is to learn English, to improve the English.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. To improve.
yeah, the
To
words,
learn English.
yeah, the words that are in the laptop is learn English. Are
Okay.
learn.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be. Thank you. You both of you very well. So I'm gonna be sharing the picture to Christian to see what was the picture in which you were finally able to figure out. So now, Leo, I want you to check this audio. Leo, it's your I want you to, and when you finish, just let me know, right?
Yes, of course.
All right. You don't have to answer those questions. Just check the audio, get a bit of better contextualization of the things that we are going to be working around in today's session. Just check this one and just let me know. Laura, are you there? All right. My God, there's a lot of background noise out there. I think Christian
Yeah.
could help us out a little bit with that. Laura, can you please start? Did you listen to the audio?
I'm gonna listen
Yes,
right now.
I listen.
All right. So Leo, you check that audio out, and when you finish, just let me know. So
Yeah.
Laura, what do you think of that? What were you able to catch from the audio?
Okay, I can listen that it was a English company. Yes, and somebody is calling to ask for the offer that that they that they have. Yes, somebody is asking for the offer, and I can I can understand really good.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. You were right. Somebody's calling to an English institute, and that person
Yes,
is throwing or making some questions about any English program that that institute might have. So they are talking about the cost of the program, how long the program is, and all those things that make for that program. So you were right. Have you ever been in an English institute?
no,
No, you've never been in an English institute. Describe us how has been your English learning process.
since I start to study English, my brother taught me because he went he was in a institute but not of English, was a Bible college, and he he learned English, and when he learned English he come back to Colombia and he taught me English, and he was like my personal teacher. So he teach me everything that I know until yet, and I start to have some interest in the English. So I start to study at the UNAT. So right here I'm studying and practicing my English with the people from the USA. And until now, I really love it, the English.
All right,
And
thanks. That was awesome. Thanks for sharing your experience and your story as well. So Leo, are you done with the audio?
Yeah, I'm finished with it.
All right. Can you please let me know what you think, what you
What I can
yeah,
remember.
what you can remember, what you cut on from the video.
Yeah, I tried to listen only once. This is in order for me to practice my note taking. Okay, this is about a person who calls to a English institution. He did this because a friend of him wants to get into a university. So what his friend wants to get is to, for example, have an English level. So the person who gives this information says that this institute um, they could give basics in order to have basic English skills, or for example, computer literacy. And there is something that he has to take in consideration, and it's the application form. So he has to fill out some information 2 months before he begins to study. There is an important paper by the name of I-20. It's just like a certification that he needs to send to the ambassador, and then it is going to be returned to the place where he wants to study. And yeah, in terms of the information that he has to fill out, he could do in two ways. He could ship this information, or he could fill out online. Yeah, this is what I remember. I tried to do it once.
Pretty good. And you working about things that you went through in the audio. So that was pretty awesome. And thanks for sharing your information as well. So Christian, do you listen to me? Christian, Christian, I'm calling out for you. All right. Seems like Christian's not there or he's not listening to me properly. So, question for Laura. Laura, would you enroll yourself in an English program overseas? Like, would you study abroad English in an institute?
yes, of course.
Tell me why. Why would you
And
like to do that?
because we offer a lot of really good programs of English. And for example, my brother is working in one of that institute, so he he had some some books, and that books are really good and interesting. So there, every person can can learn English with that program or information. Yes.
All right. Leo, how about you? Would you enroll yourself in an English program overseas?
Okay, if you ask me, I haven't had the chance of taking that option, but it would be a good idea. Maybe if you want to improve, to enhance your English skills, uh, you are bound to speak a lot because those people are native. I'm sure that most of them can speak Spanish. So this is an important reason for me if I had the chance of take it. So as I told you before, you are bound to do. You're bound to speak. Um, I, it's likely that maybe this kind of English courses are so expensive, but in this moment, I'm trying to save some bucks in order to maybe to take an English course in the future. But at the moment, I don't feel the necessity. It's just like to study by your own. Mm, I consider that it depends of the discipline, the result that you have in order to attain something in life. But obviously, if you are going to take an English course overseas, an overseas course, you are bound to speak. Maybe this is an important reason.
So if you take, I mean, if you consider the idea of taking a course abroad, what would be that skill or that particular thing that you might be interested around the most?
I don't know, but what comes to my mind is that uh, you could mingle, you could get along with others who, who come overseas, and you are going to learn different ways of thinking. As I told you
Hello,
before,
teacher.
as I told you before, you are you are bound to speak English only if you're living in an English environment. Maybe this is the problem that some institutions in Colombia have, and sometimes they tend to speak Spanish, but if you're in an atmosphere when it's about English, maybe you are going to improve. It's going to be difficult at first, but it's just to practice, and then I'm sure that your English is going to come along. It's going to improve a lot without you realizing about that fact.
For sure, that's very important. Oh, and of course, Christian, Christian, you're back.
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
All right, Christian, why there is that commotion going on around here?
Excuse me, teacher. Can you repeat the question, please?
Why there's like a, like what is that?
No, I didn't understand you.
Christian, Christian, there's a lot of noise in a different way, and that's really affecting the session. And not here are just trying to figure out what the other person's trying to say. There's a lot of noise out there. Like, right on. Or are you at work right now? Are you working right now?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, because there's a lot of noise, and when people talk, that noise is interrupting when somebody else is expressing themselves. So when I come to ask a question, just answer, right? So did you? I sent a link to you through Skype. Can you please check the audio? You got a link on your Skype. There's an audio. I want you to check this audio, Christian.
Teacher, I didn't understand you. I can't hear you neither.
All right, go and check your Skype. Check your Skype. There's a
Yes,
link.
teacher. I heard the audio. I listened the audio which you sent me.
All right, thank you. Thank you. So before Leo and Laura came into the session, you were saying that you didn't study or you've never been in an English institute. Would you enroll yourself? Would you subscribe yourself in an English program here in Colombia or abroad?
I think that not here in Colombia, maybe in another country.
All right, Laura took the question. Laura, would you? I mean, we're saying that maybe in another country, like which country would you like to
Yes,
go to and enroll yourself?
in another country.
Like which country would you go to?
Okay, I a good place that I would like to go is in the US, and there in a place that is Melbourne. No, Melbourne.
Like Melbourne, Australia?
No, Melbourne in the US.
All right, never heard. Or maybe I'm mistaken the word that you are saying. Melbourne, from what I know, is in Australia. I think, yeah. So don't you think that subscribing yourself in an English program here in Colombia would be significant for you?
Yes, but maybe if you go to another country, you can acquire more experience.
Yeah, just give me the reason as to why you think like going abroad would be more beneficial to you and to your English over taking
Yes,
the option of studying here in Colombia. Just let me know why.
yes. Thinking in that, what you telling me, yes, I think that it's good to take that course here in Colombia. Yes, because here you can acquire experience. Yes, and as you say, this can be more significant. Yes, for maybe to your experience, to your future projects and things like that. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So which skill or which particular thing would you be interested in working around the most if you happen to enroll yourself in an English program overseas? What would you like to enhance? What would you like to improve?
Yes, I would like to improve my writing. I'm not good writing, and acquire more vocabulary to the speaking practice. Yes, so maybe the writing and the speaking with more vocabulary.
Writing, speaking, and vocabulary. All right. Thanks for
Yes.
sharing your answer. That was pretty awesome. So getting back at Christian. Christian, you're down. Do
Yes,
you listen
teacher.
to me?
Yes, teacher.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
perfect.
If you go to an English country, you subscribe yourself in an English program, what would you like to improve?
Teacher, I can hear you very good.
All right. All right. I'm gonna try to talk like louder. E-
Teacher, yeah, excuse me. Right now, can you repeat the question?
all right. If you happen to go to an English speaking country, if you are in Spain and you enroll yourself in an English program, what would you like to work on? What would you like to improve in your English language area? What would you like to improve?
Mm, no, teacher. I didn't get. I didn't get. I didn't get about what you told me. I just understood you about if I were in another country, if I had the possibility to study in another country. I just understood that.
Yeah, but studying English. I mean, think of the option of studying English in an institute overseas. I mean, in an institute in a different country. Why would you study English in a different country? Why do you think?
Yeah, okay. Okay, teacher, yeah. It's,
Yeah,
because the English is universal over the world, and even the American speaker, they need to study an English too, because the English is an universal, is an universe, and even the English speaker, they don't know all about the English. For that, it's so important to study English in another country.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. English is a really universal language, and I mean, considering the option of going abroad,
No.
pretty beneficial to you learn. So going back to Leo, Leo is your time now. So what do you think? What things, if you happen to go country, in a country in which you enroll yourself to an English program, what do you think would be the most difficult things that you might face in that scenario?
Pardon, Victor. Can you repeat the question once again? I I think there's a problem with
Yeah,
the
if you
communication.
finally, yeah, if you finally go to an English speaking country and you enroll yourself in an English program, what do you think would be the most difficult things that you might face in that scenario, in that environment? What do you think would be the most difficult things?
The most difficult things?
Yeah, if you finally decide to man up and try a program in an English speaking country, precisely in an English institute, what would be the most difficult things?
Okay. Laura.
Leo, it's your time. Laura is going to be
Okay.
asked the same
Yeah.
question, but after you. So, Laura, you get ready because you are going to be asked the same question after Leo start. All right,
Yeah.
Leo's your time. Bye.
Okay. Uh, from my point of view, I consider that when you travel to another country, the first problem you are going to have to encounter it would be uh, culture. Maybe if you're if you have lived in a I don't know in a cold place and maybe you travel to another place, maybe yeah, it could be outside, overseas. The weather could be a problem, and most importantly, uh, the demeanor, the behavior that these people uh, have in common. Um, Maybe you're going to have some problems, but after living some months, you are going to sort out this problem. And obviously, if you haven't practiced English for a long time, maybe you're going to be afraid of expressing your ideas. But yeah, just like to get accustomed to speaking, that when you don't realize, when the time goes by, you're going to acquire this kind of experience. Maybe after 6 months, 1 year, your English would be awesome.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I totally side you on this one because you might happen to be in a different country. You might enroll yourself in an English program and you might even speak English well. But I mean, it's not the most pivotal thing. It's not the most important thing. I think like facing the cultural aspect and dealing with it is pretty much the hardest thing or the heaviest burden that you really have to deal with. And that's really something you have to consider and to take on when you decide to man up and take that challenge in your
Yeah.
life. So
Uh,
Laura, all right, do you want to add more? Add some more?
I don't know, but it comes to my mind that, okay, a friend of mine by the name of Lorena, uh, she traveled to the United States 2 years ago, and he was living in a part of Miami. At the beginning of her process, yeah, she was getting along with Latin American people, but yeah, after 4 months, her English skills were a piece of shit. But one day she decided to change by having conversations, by getting along with different people, especially natives. And as I told you before, at the beginning, it was a struggle for her to express her ideas, maybe for the reason that all the time they were correcting her all these things related to pronunciation, maybe the position of the mouth and stuff like that. But after 6 months, in other words, when he was living, after 10 months, maybe 1 year, her English skills improved a lot. So I happened to have a conversation with her, and yeah, his her English skills were amazing. She sounded like a native speaker.
All right. So you can say her English skills skyrocketed, like a rocket that just goes to the sky, and that's an expression. Maybe you know that, to skyrocket.
Yes, yeah,
All
awesome.
right,
Thank you.
Laura, are you there?
Skyrocket.
Yes, tutor, I'm here.
All right. I'm going to be asking you the same question.
Okay.
If you happen to go maybe to the place that you might want to go, and you enroll yourself in an English program, what do you think would be the most difficult things that you might face in that scenario? What would be the most difficult situations that you might have been there? What would you have to deal with? Just let me know.
Okay, maybe talking about that, I agree with Leo. That he said the problem is culture. Yes, because we don't have the same. We don't do the same here in Colombia from there to the US. Yes, it's very different. And
Yeah,
for example, starting and in something like the food, for example.
Yeah, of
Yes,
course. I agree with you.
for example, here in Colombia uh, we eat much than them. Yes, for
We have
example,
some culture here.
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Yes, for example, things like that. For they lunch with a sandwich. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
we and there, for example, they don't have really fresh food. They eat all that is frozen. Yes, they only put um, on the I can't remember the word. Microondas.
microwave.
Yes, they only put the food on the microwave and it's all. It's done. The food is done. Yes,
Yeah,
but here it's
yeah,
different.
yeah.
Yes, I think that the most difficult aspect for me it's the food. And
Is the food.
the talking about the language, for example, we learn the English very very. For example, we say because and they say cause. Yes, things like that. They,
So, so we say what?
for example, we say because
All
and they
right.
say cause. Yes,
Yeah,
and for me it's difficult to listen to them because they have a very contractions of their words. Yes, they use a lot of contractions and for me it's difficult. because my
Yeah.
English is very follow the rules. Yes, their English is very different. When I talk to them, it's very difficult to understand them.
All right, Laura. So don't worry, you are doing good. I'm pretty surprised of the way how you speak. You are doing good. And this is the first time we are with you, and although you mentioned that you follow the rules, you are doing pretty good, and we are able to understand everything of what you are doing. So just continue thriving hard, continue doing the best. You will eventually get to a point where you are able to understand everything that they are saying, and as well as the thing that you want to express, like maybe like them. Yeah. But it's, I mean, work is the only way and the only strategy that you can apply to yourself and try to get to a different point. So, Christian, Christian, are
Yes, teacher, I'm
you there?
here. I'm here. Yes, I'm here all the time.
All right. All right. Now it seems like everything has changed in your environment. Like everything is now more calm and more precise for us to try to work and continue the session. So same question for you. If you go to the United States, maybe, let's just think of that. Let's just imagine. If you happen to go to the United States and you enroll yourself in an English program, what do you think would be the most difficult thing for you? Christian, do you listen to my question? Christian, Christian.
Hello, teacher.
All right.
Excuse me. Hey, teacher. My internet is, is for, it was for drop.
All right. I'm not listening to Christian well. Christian, do you listen to me?
No, teacher. Excuse me.
All right. Christian, did you listen to my question?
Yes.
All right. If you listen to my question, please share the answer with us.
Yes, teacher. What is the question?
All right. If you go to the United States, or if you go to England, or if you go to Australia, and you enroll yourself to an English program, what would be the most difficult thing that you might face?
Okay, teacher. I think it's the same that my classmate Laura said because all time they speak with the contract word slang and they always contract the word all the word. For example, they always to say, for example, she's been, um, she's been, he's been, I've been, even they cute the house I don't know how to say that. For example, they always the contract the word. For example, in yo tenía I is the saying I good. Do you understand? they always say the same sounds, but different means.
Yeah, they are always using contraction.
For that, it's very
And
difficult
yeah, for debate.
on the certain. Or for
Yeah,
example, there are a lot of words. For example, that the Colombian people or Spanish speaker they never have heard. For example, touch. It's difficult. It's difficult. Difficult. We know it's difficult, but they always say in England touch. Touch. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's Tought. Without T. Touch. Touch. I always heard about they always say touch in right there difficult.
Yeah, that's
That
pretty
for
much
that is
true.
so
And
difficult on the certain. The unclear example is, for example, is thought for me in rider to say, and it's difficult for me because we always say listen. It's difficult for me, but they always say it's tough for me. Or when they change the word, for example, gonna, gota, wanna, do no. A lot of thing about about the English is difficult for us. I think so.
thank you for sharing your words. Yeah, sharing your words, Christian. It's been a great chat that you took and a great appreciation.
Thanks, teacher.
Leo,
uh,
are you there?
can you listen to me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How about you? Do you listen to me well?
give me a moment. Uh, Sorry, Victor. Can you hear me? Can you listen to me once again? Because I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I can hear you perfectly.
Yes, I was remembering class when, yeah, the discussion was about what kind of strategies do you have in order to enhance, to improve your English level. Yeah, so I was telling you that I tried to work on my accent reduction. For example, I know that North Americans used to omit the letter H, for example, with the verb to have, for example. Let's say an example. Uh, they're not gonna say you should have taken option A because it sounds very difficult for them. So they don't say you should have taken option A. So they try to omit and they say you should have taken option A. You should have taken option A. Or with, you could say instead of saying to somebody, I have to go, they say, I have to go. I have to go. Or you must have studied this before instead of saying you must have studied this before. It sounds very in blocks. So they try to omit this kind of problems. This is what comes to my mind when it comes to, yeah, accent reduction, all these things that Christian was providing us that are so important that we have to take into account when speaking
Yeah,
English with a
but
native.
but I want you to consider something, and maybe for Laura as well and for Christian. I mean, we precise as to how to understand and use these action reduction strategies because I mean, English is a language stress situation thing to work around and to as the way we try to understand this. What I'm telling you is this: if you go like this in the following sentence and you say you have no idea, you have no idea, you are doing the action reduction, omitting the H sound in the verb to have. But the word that you're emphasizing, you're putting the stress on a different word. But a different phrase with the word to have, with the word have, will also be integrated like this, and the H sound would be taken into consideration in that case. So, I mean, it works like this, but you have to really try to figure out which of the words is going to be stressed. If the word that's going to be stressed in sentence happens to be the verb to have, so you definitely have to make the proper utterance and the proper intonation of the word, even saying properly have, like with the H sound. For example, if I'm trying to emphasize that you have something, I really have to make the correct utterance of the word. So for example, I can say, Leo, you have my keys. You have my keys. I'm throwing that expression. And this is like mandatory that I just cannot omit the proper sound of the verb to have. Because if I go like this, Leo, you have my keys. You have my keys. So it really has to work on the context, and you really have to focus on the word that
Okay.
you are emphasizing in order
Yeah.
to make it come out more naturally. Because yeah, you can express the things as you want, and you can also understand the things just the way you adjust your mind to. But yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to sound more naturally, sometimes you really have to focus on the word that might be a stress on the sentence. So thanks
Yeah.
for sharing that. Great, because that was a great hint for us to continue opening up our eyes in the way we can understand and there and improve our English. So Laura, are you there? Laura?
Yes, tutor. Yes.
All right. Laura, we are just coming to the end of the session. And just let me know, it was the first time of you being here with us. How was this session for you?
Was very interesting. I really enjoyed to practice my English.
Was that thing that you maybe like the most about this session?
Maybe I like to know the point of view of you and Leo, because I know that you, okay, I know that you have more practice, or I can't know this because of your form of talking. I can understand you well, and I can know another vocabulary with you. Yes, it was.
Hey, Laura, thank you. And we were as well able to learn a lot from you. And we really appreciate your time and your effort. And we invite you to continue showing up, to continue turning up, to continue being here with us, because that's going to be a space in which we can all learn from each other. So, Leo, give us your final words, your final reflection about today's session.
Okay, first of all, this class lived up to my expectations as always. I had the opportunity to improve in terms of pronunciation by taking into account all the things that you were pointing out. I consider that, yeah, it's very important to hear everyone's point of view about something. You could enrich yourself in many aspects of life. For that reasons is that each time that I'm taking an English course here, this is the way that I feel so happy. So every time that I leave from school and I get here, I try to, yeah, seek for these conversations. Yeah, that's all.
All right, thank you, and same words as Laura. We appreciate your presence, your effort, and your time here. It was really enriching for us as well. and I'll
Okay,
continue
teacher.
the spreadsheets for you to sign up and for you to pick those spots in which you feel you might have the chance to come in. So thanks one more time and have a good one.